Hey guys, just wanted to take a little video for the channel, a little update on where the car's at, things I'm working on, things in progress. You know, as Vanguard Motor Sales says, you can't find a car that clean, you can only keep one that clean. So anyway, this is my dad's cooler, I gotta get it back to him, but you know, we got my various aerosols and tools back here, so spare belt, or the old belt I took off of it. But anyway, just wanted to do a quick update. I washed it, spent an hour on lunch, or spent my lunch washing it, and even put some shine on the tires. So I cleaned the interior really good too. I hadn't done that in a while, so she's looking sharp. She's looking pretty sharp. Glory to God. It's got 150,000 on it now. Just broke that the other day, so it's doing good. Update on stuff. Paint's kind of peeling on the roof. Doesn't look the best, but until I'm ready to repaint it, I'm just gonna put some clear probably around these. I blew off the excess with the pressure washer today, so we'll see, but I just want it to kind of stop from spreading if I can. But anyway, update on where it's at. Car's running good. As you probably know, if you've seen my older videos, I've done a lot to the car. I used all OE parts on this car from Motorcraft, spark plugs, coil packs, transmission filter, transmission fluid. Me and my brother put a fuel tank in it last year. That was a tough job, but we got it. And so yeah, I've always used OE parts on it until obviously I had to use a Dorman aftermarket intake manifold. You guys know how terrible those are. At least my experience was with it. Had it off 5 times, you know, it just still had a small leak, and then, you know, about the 6th time I realized that this crossover pipe to that plastic wasn't tight. There's 10mm bolts underneath that hold them together, so I just and the gasket's really cheap in between those two, so I filled that area full of Loctite and clamped it together, tightened it down, and then put it on the car. But it's running good. Another thing, you know, aftermarket parts, you know, when I did the fuel tank, I didn't do a pump because it was running good. But I feel like the pump started to go out on me. The fuel pump did. I mean, it's 20 years old. So instead of waiting for a Motorcraft one offline or something, I got a precision fuel pump from O'Reilly's. Now everything's great about it, but I guess a fuel pump has I didn't know this, I mean, it's obvious, but they have like a one-way valve in them so that fuel stays in the lines whenever you shut the car off, and it stays pressurized. Well, something about this precision pump, the check valve in it, or that one-way valve, isn't working properly. So whenever it started last weekend, whenever I go to start the car, I'll just turn the key on, let the fuel pump pressurize the lines, and I'll do that like 3 times before I actually start the car, and it starts right up. But if you just start it while it's been sitting overnight or for a couple hours, it will it'll have to crank and crank for, you know, not forever, but you know, I notice it. So anyway, and what am I going to do about that? I don't know. I could exchange it for another precision fuel pump, but I may just get a Motorcraft one online and just redo it. The fuel pump's really easy to put in on these. It goes in on the side of the tank. The hardest part about the whole fuel pump procedure is there's a connector right up in there, and that's a trick to get to. You just pull this wheel off, and obviously I'm doing it on a lift, so, you know, thank the Lord. But so what I'll probably do is I'll probably get a Motorcraft fuel pump for it, and just ditch the Precision one and keep it in case I ever need it. But it is what it is. A month or two ago, and I looked, when I did this aftermarket Dorman crap intake manifold, you know, I looked and looked, and I would have paid decent money for an OE one, but I couldn't find one that was reasonable. So I used the Dorman, and, you know, just when I got the thing out of the box, I'm like, you know, that if you look up inside there, the plastic, you know, the molding, like, it's all, there's like, you know, burrs and stuff in the plastic, you know, and it's like, you know, I mean, obviously it's not a high performance engine or anything, but, you know, if it's sucking in air, you know, you want it to be you know, a smooth run into the motor, and it's just a really cheap design, really cheap part. So I saw Summit Racing offers a design that I swear maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I don't think they offered it back when I did this like a year or two ago. But this, it gets rid of that metal, it gets rid of that plastic in between the metal crossover pipe and the cylinder head. It's just got a thicker piece of metal, and it's all one piece for that crossover pipe. So I want to get the Summit Racing intake manifold and put that on there. You know, after doing this, you know, 6 times, I can, you know, take all this apart with my eyes closed and put it back together pretty quick. So that's what I want to do. I want to get the Summit Racing intake manifold eventually, but for now, it's running great. I still run the 5W20 synthetic blend in it. Getting 23 miles to the gallon, just between here and work, and just driving around town. When I drove out to California and back, or, you know, Good Springs, Nevada, I was getting 25, but, you know, I was doing 80 the whole way, and it really was getting good mileage. But yeah, so that's just a little update, stuff I want to do, where it's at. It's running great, but, you know, it's just aftermarket parts, you know, they just tick me off. It's like, you know, it is what it is. But so just wanted to do a quick update on it and let you know how it's doing. You know, I've like I've said, you know, I've before I went out west, I dropped the transmission pan, put a new filter in it, fresh fluid, you know, was real careful doing all that, and got the right Motorcraft fluid, and, you know, made sure I had enough in there and not too much. And Panzer Platform on YouTube, he really helped me with a lot of stuff on this car, as well as WJ Handy Dad. You know, I've learned a lot messing with this car. So, you know, fuel pump, Summit Racing intake manifold, and then the real next thing I want to do to it that's going to be the priciest thing is I want to do all new suspension in the front and rear. You know, whether I'm replacing the actual control arms and stuff or I'm getting new bushings, probably just replace them. I want to do, like, you know, just a complete refresh on the suspension, which is going to be, you know, it's going to be probably $1,000 for everything, you know, not including the labor to do it. Will I do it myself? I don't know. I may pay a local shop to do it, but it's going to be, you know, $1,500 probably minimum to get all that, to pay them to do that. So I don't know what I'll do, but that's what I want to do. Is the next big thing I want to do is suspension on it, just total refresh. And you know, I've done little stuff like sway bar end links, new sway bar bushings. That's easy. But it runs great. I really enjoy the car. It was really a blessing to find it. Got it with 40,000 on it, so in 2019. So yeah, just chilling. Just got home from work. Just wanted to do a quick video because it's been a long time since I've done an update on it. Shout out to Guess With Me Garage. It's my brother Terry. He's building an awesome Honda Civic right now. My first car was a '94 town car, but Then I had a Buick LeSabre, but I had a 99 Civic before this, really enjoyed it, and sold it to one of my buddies, but once I got this. But so yeah, follow Guess With Me Garage. He's a real wild man. He's into a lot of different things like I am, and he's really a good mechanic, and he's really got a great mind for all this stuff. So subscribe to him, share his channel. But yeah, that's just a quick update on where the car's at, what I want to do. And you know, just glory to God. And that's all I got. I'm gonna make some more videos soon about GameCube games and, you know, whatever else I feel like. So yeah, I'm excited. This is Easter weekend, so really big weekend. Obviously the biggest weekend of the year. The resurrection of Christ. Tomorrow's Great Friday, so I've got tomorrow off. So just gonna stay dialed in. Everybody watching, you know, stay dialed in. You know, turn away from this modern, you know, decadence, all this modern crap. You know, if you can, you know, it's turn away from all the, you know, slop online. You know, cut down the phone time if you can, and it's really helped me. You know, so. Just a beautiful afternoon. I just about to go work out a little bit, so I wanted to make a quick video. I don't think I forgot anything. So yeah, that's it for now. Over and out, folks. Glory to Christ.